Das ist Frank Turner.
Hey, this is Brian Down.
Hello, Adam Green.
Hi. Thanks for having me on the show.
Hello,
Hi. Welcome back again. Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yes, Kommentars live at Glastonbury. Yeah, big up.
Und ihr hört the Common Talk Podcast.
And you're listening to the Common Talks podcast. Hello, you're listening to Will Varley. This is the Common Talks podcast. All right, now let's rock on.
So, willkommen zur 15. Ausgabe vom Common Talks Podcast. Heute mit Will Varley.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Leute.
Very good. Wie geht's?
Unfortunately, all I can say is hello, Leute.
Okay, good.
And I can't understand any replies. So.
Don't worry. Okay, cool. You are on tour at the moment. How's it going so far?
It's been amazing, yeah. It's been one of my favorite tours I've ever done on this trip. Really great crowds, we've met lots of great people and great gigs. Yeah, it's been perfect. Yeah,
cool.
Great food, beer, bratwurst, lots of
All
Christmas
you need.
markets.
Yeah,
it's
cool.
been good.
Did you go to a special Christmas market?
We went to a few in different cities. Yeah, like we've been to one in where was it? Bremen.
Bremen, okay.
And they have an incredible Christmas market there, and there's all these people dressed up like pirates, and you know it looks beautiful. Yeah, and then we also in the same place they had an alternative Christmas market in the venue we were playing in, which is kind of like handmade crafts and vegan food and
Cool. Yeah.
or a vegan food as you say.
You're the English native speaker, so... Okay, so today or tonight it is Berlin, and you'll play in the Badehaus here.
Yes.
Did you have some time to see the city?
I wish we had. I really do. We tried to go to the Museum of the Wall, but we had other things to take care of first, so we didn't have a chance to.
Okay, what a pity. Maybe next time.
But I think tomorrow morning we can go because we have to be out of our hostel at 10 a.m.
Okay.
They're going to chuck us out. So, yeah, maybe we'll go in the morning when we're hungover.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, let's look back at your 2016.
Uh-huh.
In January, we saw you with Frank Turner and Skinny Lister here in Berlin.
Yes.
After that, there was the Flogging Molly Cruise.
Yes.
The US tour with Frank Turner and Beans on Toast.
You remember this better than me.
Then a new album,
Yeah.
which even was in the iTunes charts. I
Yes,
read.
yeah.
So it was a pretty good year for you. wasn't
Yeah, for me it's been a great year. Everybody keeps saying how terrible 2016 is, and it is terrible in some ways. But for me, it's been in terms of my music, it's been great. Yeah, I've had some incredible times. Yeah.
Yeah, that. The next question is that there was another 2016, which doesn't look so pretty.
Yeah.
So a lot of death of a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
rock stars, a lot of strange decisions like the Brexit and Trump. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that?
About all of it.
About the
Brexit,
other 2016?
Yeah. I mean, in terms of people dying, I think that people always, I don't feel like it. I think it's unfair to blame 2016, but yeah, it's kind of sad. But a lot of these people have lived some incredible lives.
Yeah.
So as sad as it is, that they've lived a lot. Someone like David Bowie or Prince, what an incredible life to have lived. I heard that Prince has also recorded so many songs that have been unreleased. He could release a new album for the next 50 years every year. So, I think we're going to be hearing a lot of new stuff.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah.
In terms of the other side of things, well, then we start to get into pretty terrifying territory, don't we, with Trump and the Brexit thing. Again, it's not about 2016. This is something that's been brewing for a long time.
Yeah.
This is a kind of response to, I think it's a kind of response to people feeling like they don't have a voice, feeling that they are being ignored, and then kind of buying into some ideals and some rhetoric, which is, for me, the wrong message. But I think people are thinking this can solve their problems of feeling that they're undervalued. And I think there's a very dangerous mix.
Yeah, you also toured a lot through the US while the election was going on. Now everyone seems to be still in shock about the result.
Yeah.
Did you see that coming?
After Brexit, I kind of realized that anything is possible. Yeah. So I went to America. Absolutely. A few weeks before, and a very good friend of mine was out there. I said to him, like, what happens if Trump gets in? And he said he won't. He said he won't get in. It's not possible. And here we are. Yeah, I mean, I think even people there couldn't see it coming, in terms of the people that are friends of mine and people that I was hanging around with. And yeah, at the same time, I was there with Beans on Toast in March. We were driving around in a taxi, and the taxi driver was telling us he was going to vote Trump. And there was something about the way that he explained it to us, and explained that all of his friends were going to vote Trump. Everybody he knew was going to vote Trump. That even back then, I was a little worried, yeah.
I had a strange feling. Yeah, okay.
Here we are.
Yeah.
This is the reality we have, yeah.
How long did you tour in the US?
So the first time this year was, I think, 3 weeks. And then the last time, just a few weeks ago, was a month.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. And I go back again in January.
And is there any American tour adventure that you want to share with us?
Wow, there's a lot, yeah. Yeah, 2 weeks on the road with Frank Turner, 2 weeks on the road with Beans on Toast and his wife. There's a lot of stories. What can I say? I mean, the thing about touring in America, I love the American drinking culture and the bars and the kind of, we had some great nights out, some great kind of, we had some ups and downs, but there's just something about being on the road out in America. It's these long drives, and you can drive for 8 hours from one venue to the next, and just looking out the window. And there was one night with Skinny Lister, we got stuck on the side of the road in between New York and Boston, I think. And the snow was coming down so much. We stopped at the side of the road and looked out the window, and it was just this incredible snowstorm, like nothing I'd ever seen before. Maybe similar in Germany sometimes.
Not as I remember.
And would that be a special kind of evening or time that you sit down and write a new song because it's such a special thing that just happened?
I tend to find, because the touring is so non-stop at the moment, every night it just comes and goes, and I find that it's not a good time to write for me. Because I'm experiencing so much, I'm not, in the right headspace to kind of respond to it, I usually find when I get home and I have a bit of time out, like a couple of months just sitting at home, which is quite rare now, but this is when I find that I kind of respond and write, and it's a slightly different way of thinking,
So you're not really writing new songs while you're on tour?
I try to. And I am.
That told us they did.
Yeah.
Full new album.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote a lot of my last album on tour because I just don't have the time anymore to sort of say, hey everybody, I'm going to take 3 months off now, see you later, I'm going to write an album. It just doesn't really,
Yeah.
And if I did say that, then everyone would be like, okay, fine, bye. And then I'd lose out on, opportunities like this or, this tour.
Your new album, Kingston Sundown, seems a bit sadder and more melancholy than the previous ones. Is that a result of these times we live right now?
I don't think so. I read a lot of people that said it is in reviews and stuff, but for me it's just I just write the songs, whatever songs I write, I make that record, and I'm not gonna write a song for the sake of it, just because you know what I mean. Just whatever comes out. That's the songs that I've written the last year or so, and that's what I put on the record. But I think, it's for me. It's like there is some comedy in there. It's just a little harder to find.
Okay, so we have to look better.
Yeah, we recently talked to Skinny Lister about that. Isn't it hard to stay in contact with your friends and family while you're on tour? I mean, It's most of the year you
yes,
are
it is,
away.
yeah.
And
absolutely. It's very hard actually because you spend basically all day with other people. So, you know, you're always either with the touring party or you're, you know, at the bar or the venue, and you don't get much time on your own. And usually it's when I'm on my own, I might call my girlfriend or, you know, stay in touch. So yeah, it's hard because I find it hard to just say, okay, bye everybody, I'm gonna go to, you know what I mean? I always want to be kind of hanging out and, you know, experiencing the moment of where I am, not the, just to kind of remove myself. But so you have to make a conscious decision. Every day I try to put aside some time to call my girlfriend, but it's hard and I don't get to call her every day. Yeah. I hope she remembers who I am.
I'm sure she will. Maybe you should write a song to her. Like Jay always does.
Yeah, I tonight, every night I dedicate a song to my girlfriend. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, but she doesn't know because she's not here.
we will put that on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Do that.
Yeah, you play with many friends along the road on tour. Will you attend Frank Turner's Lost Evenings
Yeah, I'd like to be
festival?
there. If I'm not on tour myself, then I'll definitely go for a drink. Yeah.
Okay, so
it's gonna
nothing
take
concrete.
place in May in London, right?
Yeah, it's in May in London. They haven't announced the lineup yet. I haven't been asked to do it. Maybe I will in the future. I don't know, but at the moment I haven't been asked to do it. But if I can, even if I'm not asked to play, if I'm around, I'd love to go and just have a beer and see everybody. Yeah, it should be a cool time.
Definitely, yeah. And is the story true that Frank Turner sort of discovered you as a singer in a pub?
He told us, I think.
Pretty much, yeah, that's true, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, he, I mean, I kind of like, I was playing around a lot, and Beans on Toast, we played a gig together in Margate, and so Jay was kind of, I think, inviting me on tour, and Jay runs the pub in Camden, the Monarch. He helps to kind of run this place. So I was there doing a gig, and Frank Turner was just happened to be there, you know, having a drink, and he saw me play, and yeah, he's like, "Hey kid,
want to join me on tour?"
yeah, exactly, yeah. So we he invited me to open for him in Winchester at the special gig they did on Valentine's Day. And you see, my girlfriend wasn't very happy about that show because I was in Winchester for Valentine's night. But yeah, so after that we did, I think the tour, we did a tour together after that, the UK tour, and then the Albert Hall, and yeah, the rest is history.
Yeah, and there you go. You are on the big boat cruise on the Molly.
Yeah, Flogging Molly.
Molly Cruise.
Yeah.
Wow, that must have been amazing.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
We saw some videos somewhere.
At the Rockpalast?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, Beans on Toast once told us in an interview that it's quite hard for him to come to a non-native English-speaking country like Germany, for instance, because he's afraid that people won't really get to the point of his lyrics. Are you afraid of that too?
That's an interesting one. I used to be afraid of that. When I came the first time with Frank, I was very afraid of this exact same thing. But the last 2 weeks, I've traveled around. We've been selling out the venues. We've been having lots of crowds and people coming back again. So now I'm not afraid. Because I think that if enough people have come from that one concert to be interested to come back, then I don't think there's any problem. You know, I don't think there's going to be... If maybe a little something is lost, maybe the occasional reference to something, like in England we have these, you know, prank phone calls, and that you get called up and they want to take your, you know, they want to tell you that you've had an accident or you know, and they want to try and get your money basically. But in Germany you don't have these things. There's some law where it means that you can't do this. So. It's one of the punchlines in the song hangs on this idea So every time I sing that line in Germany, it's just a silence, you know, which is, I think, is quite funny in itself. You'll see it tonight if you're watching the show. You'll see when I sing that line, it's just.
Or maybe us cheering.
yeah, maybe you guys cheering. Yeah. So you lose a little something, but I think overall it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should tell that to Jay.
Okay. Yeah.
Needs to come back.
Okay, I will.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite song of yours?
My favorite song of mine. Well, I guess it's probably the last song I wrote, which is When She Wakes Up.
Okay.
The thing is with songs is once you've written them, it's not mine anymore, you know. So it's not really my place to have a favorite. It's just something that I, you know, yeah. I guess it's the last one. And then if I write another song, it will be that one.
Okay, cool.
My favorite's always the last one. Yeah.
Okay.
I have two favorite songs for me. That's King for King. I love that one. I have goosebumps everywhere when I hear it. It's so nice.
Thank you.
And the email song, of course.
Okay, yeah.
Cheers me up every day. That's
Good.
so nice. Yeah.
Yeah, and in Germany you get the emails just the same.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So that works.
That works.
Yeah. We have some more. What's your favorite
Questions?
songs?
Okay,
Questions.
yeah.
What's your favorite Frank Turner song and why?
Okay, my favorite Frank. That's a hard one. I Still Believe, because I get to play the harmonica on that song when I'm on tour, which is always fun. Cool. But I think my favorite song of his is probably Glory Hallelujah. And it's a song which I first saw him play. I'd never really seen a lot of his music, and he invited me to go to see him at the O2 in the old Millennium Dome, Millennium Stadium arena. So I went there and I watched him play a set, and he played that song, and there was something incredible about watching, you know, so many people singing something, you know, there is no God. There never was a God. It's okay, you know. We're gonna get through this together, and it's not like anti-religious. It's not at any point saying, you know, that religion is bad, but it's a chance for everybody who doesn't believe in God to sing and be joyful in that fact, and that's rare to find, you know. I think it's very clever and very beautiful song. He's got a lot of good songs.
That's true.
He does.
And your favorite Skinny Lister song?
Okay. Well, I would say for me it would have to be Trouble on Oxford Street. I often have that song stuck in my head when I'm walking around, and I just have great memories of when we've been on tour together. You know, that bit where they're like, you know, they're screaming, and in that song everybody shouts all at the same time, and it's great. But I also like Hamburg Drunk as well, because we've got drunk together in Hamburg quite a lot. And, again, for all of these artists, I like their whole kind of thing, really, you know. And again, with Skinny Lister, for me, it's not entirely about one song. It's one of the great things about all of the Frank or Skinny, you know. It's not like they have one tune and then everybody wants that one song, you know. With both of these acts, it's like you go and watch the show. Yeah. You know, you sit and you watch it for an hour and everything.
And it's kind of a community thing.
Exactly. Yeah, which is cool.
And of course, last but not least, what's your favorite beans?
Wow.
So.
Okay. Now that's hard because I've done a lot of shows with Jay, and I've seen him kind of play in lots of different situations, and I guess for me I have lots of different favorite songs of his, wow, that's hard. That is really hard. I know his songs probably better than anybody,
because
we've done so many shows,
because
you know.
Yeah.
So I know his songs back to back, a lot of the lyrics.
I think mine is the last one from the new album. Which was it? Was it the Fast Train song?
Yeah, about the suburbs.
about leaving London.
Leaving
Oh,
going to the
yeah,
suburbs.
yeah. That's a cool song.
Great.
Yeah. I like this song 2016 that he put out. I think it's only on YouTube that he put it out. I don't think it's on an album.
No, it's on the album.
Which is the one that he put out, which is not on the album?
Yeah, that was after the release.
Oh, Everybody Should Be Terrified.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. 2016 is on the album. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
There are loads of.
Yeah, it's hard to say
Yeah.
what's your favorite. It's like, what's your favorite finger, you know?
Yeah.
I like them all and I need them all, you know?
What are your plans for next year?
Hopefully more of the same. If I can carry on being lucky enough to do this for a bit longer, then yeah, I'd like to do it for longer.
So touring and maybe a new album?
Yeah, I'd like to try and make some. You know, in my life, I want to make lots of records. So, you know, life is short. I need to make as many as I can quickly. So yeah, I think hopefully, maybe another record if I can find the time, and certainly touring a lot. I'm going to America in January with Frank, and. We just announced the Shepherd's Bush Empire, which is, you know, the biggest show I ever did on my own in London. It's 2,000 people. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's the beginning and the end of the year. I don't know what the middle looks like yet, but hopefully, I'll be back in Germany soon. Yeah.
Sounds
Fingers
good.
crossed. I love it here.
Yeah, cool. Last question. Did you ever have a plan B if you didn't become a professional musician like you did now, like you are now?
Well,
what was plan B?
I'm still waiting to grow up and get a job, and so I guess I'd like to. I always wanted to make films. I make some of the music videos, and actually, when I finally do grow up and you know, get a proper job, I hope it's in the film industry. But I never had a plan B with the music. I was very conscious from when I was younger that I didn't want to have a plan B, because I felt like if I had a plan B, then then I have a plan B, you know.
Yeah.
So
and that would be plan A, probably.
Yeah. So I never went to university. I never really concentrated my time on anything else other than writing songs from when I was probably 14. And yeah, I'm still working on the plan B.
Cool.
Okay, then.
I think you will never need a plan B. You just do this until you retire.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, then thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
We look forward to the show.
Thank you for. Sorry, I was late.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah. Well, we hope you have a nice day in Berlin tomorrow until you leave. See some stuff.
Yeah, I will definitely try to do that. Yeah.